A ball is projected horizontally from the top of a vertical building 25.0 meter above the ground level with an initial velocity of 8.25 meter per second. Question 1. How long is the ball in flight before striking the ground? Question 2. How far from the building does the ball strike the ground? If g equals to 10 meter per second squared, okay? Now, let's start by writing out the information that we are given in the question. A ball is projected horizontally from the top of a vertical building 25.0 meter. Now, the first parameters that we are given is 25.0 meter. The question is, what is that? Is it h? Is it r? Is it t? What is that parameters? That is height, right? So h equals to 25.0 meter. And the initial velocity is what? 8.25 meter per second. So we're giving u equals to 8.25 meter per second. That is the velocity with which the ball is being projected with. That is the horizontal velocity. Are you getting it? So now, the question says, how long is the ball in flight before striking the ground? How long simply means time. Are you getting it? The time the ball spent in here before hitting the ground. That is what we are asked to first calculate. So we are looking for time. And the second, how far from the building does the ball strike the ground? So we are looking for both r and t. We are looking for the range and time. Now, with respect to the formula that we always use, the first formula is v equals to gt. Do you understand? The second formula, h equals to gt squared all over 2 or 1 over 2 gt squared. And the third formula, v squared is equals to 2gh. And the fourth formula, r is equals to ut. Are you following? Now, if you want to calculate the range, if you want to get the range, which is the distance, how far from the building does the ball strike the ground? So if you want to calculate the range here, you have the initial velocity, but you don't know the time. If you want to calculate the time, which formula are you going to use? Since you are given that h equals to 25.0, we can get the time from this formula. Are you following? So using this formula, h equals to gt squared all over 2. H has been given as 25.0, so I'm going to have 25 is equals to, now g is what? 10 meter per second. So I'm going to have 10 meter per second squared, 10 times t squared all over 2. That is 50. I'm going to have 10 t squared is equals to 50. So t squared is equals to 5. To get the value of t will be equals to the square root of 5. Okay. Now, having gotten the value of t as square root of 5, now it is easier for us to get the range, because the range will be the product of what? The initial velocity which the ball is projected with and the time. And we've gotten the time as what? Square root of 5 seconds. Now let us calculate the range. R is equals to u times t. Do not forget that u is what? 8.25. I'm going to have r equals to 8.25 multiplied by the time, which is square root of 5. The range is equals to, now, square root of 5 is 2.236, okay? So we can say that this is 2.236 seconds. So I'm going to have 8.25 multiplied by 2.236 seconds. So the range on your calculator, that is 18.4 meter. 18.4 meter. So you can see that it is easier when you understand how the formula are interwoven. You see, all these 4 formulas, they are very important, okay? So make sure you master them. And anytime you are given question under this topic, the first step is that list all the parameters that you are given in the question. Then check what you are asked to calculate. Then remember this formula. You are going to use what you are given to get what you are asked to find. That is how it works, okay? For example, we are asked to find range and time. It is one that you have to get first before you can proceed to calculate the other. If I want to get the range, I need the time. The range is the product of the initial velocity and time. So, and if I want to get the time, I have to make use of this formula. Are you getting it? So I have h equals to, and the reason why I make use of this second formula is simply because I've been given h and acceleration due to gravity, which is g, is 10 meters per second squared. So it is easier to obtain the value of t from the formula. If I want to make use of the first formula, v equals to the product of acceleration due to gravity and time, I'm not given the v. Are you getting it? So I can't make use of this formula. What I'm given is the initial velocity, not the final velocity. I'm only given the initial velocity with which the ball is projected. Do you understand? So that is where I want you to understand that, okay? And you cannot make use of the third as well. So you can only make use of the second to obtain the value of t. Then I got the value of t as this. Then recall that horizontal distance is what? The product of the initial velocity and the time. So I make use of this formula, substituting the value of t as this and u as 8.25, 8.25. I obtain these values. Do you understand? Okay, let us look at more work example as touching this. A stone thrown horizontally from the top of a vertical wall with a velocity of 15 meters per second hits the horizontal ground at a point 45 meters from the base of the wall. Calculate the time of flight of the stone and the height of the wall, where g equals to 10 meters per second squared. Okay, I want you to do something. Attempt this question. Okay, pause the video, attempt the question. When you are done, then play the video to watch the solution. Okay, now a stone thrown horizontally from the top of a vertical wall. Let us interpret it in the diagram. This is the vertical wall. This is where the stone is. Now the stone is thrown horizontally, and the velocity with which the stone is being thrown, the velocity with which the stone is being thrown, u, is what? 15 meters per second as given in the question. And the stone hit the ground at a point 45 meters from the base of the wall. Now this is the wall. Hello? This is the wall. This is the base of the wall. Okay, let me change this marker. This is the base of the wall. Okay. Now, so the distance is what? The distance where the stone hit the ground. When the stone...
To watch the complete class, kindly click on the link in the description of this video or the comment section, okay? See you in the next class.